to understand whether he was apologizing for not saying crosshairs or saying bullseye. Alex Thompson with us now, national political correspondent for Axios. Good to see you. Appreciate it. Okay. Heard from President Biden last night. He said a lot of things, none of which would he said what he was going to do differently. 2024 campaign for Joe Biden took about a 48-hour pause because of the Trump assassination attempt. He's back on the trail tomorrow in Vegas. Does his stump speech change?
I'm sure there will be some small changes, but you saw the campaign respond to the announcement of J.D. Vance today. They said that basically J.D. was only picked because he would do what Mike Pence would not. They said that he would, take away fundamental rights. Both the president and the vice president said, protect democracy, stop Trump, Vance. The calling to cool the temperature lasted maybe 16 hours. I'm sure he probably won't repeat the bullseye statement again. But the thing is, this is only going to get hotter and hotter. At least, so that's the indication from these first few hours.
How much of that is out of necessity? Because the only thing that was uniting Democrats and giving Biden any chance of holding his coalition together was scaring people about Donald Trump.
Well, this was what the Biden team was saying they were going to do, is that once voters realized Trump was the general election candidate and they realized all the things he was going to do, then they would actually start leading in the polls. So how can you do that if you're saying, actually, we're going to go back to a positive pro-Biden message? And I don't know if there is a way they can.
Okay, does this end? And, crazy things have happened. We all didn't expect the debate performance. We all didn't expect the calls for Biden to leave. No one expected an assassination attempt on President Trump. Crazy things happen. Does this now end the replace Biden conversation?
I think it's making it quieter, but it has not ended. I can tell you beneath the surface, the conversations are continuing in earnest. The problem is that they are pausing in terms of going public with it. After this RNC, I bet you are going to have a very critical week next week in which all these voices are going to come out yet again, and there's going to be a real conversation. Now, Joe Biden's a stubborn person. He's a resilient person, and he's made it very clear, I have no intention of getting out of the race, and I have no intention of changing my mind. And I am not clear what that mechanism would be, because he believes to his core that he is the most electable Democrat against Donald Trump. If you believe that, why would you step aside?
Something interesting happened after the shooting and the assassination attempt on Donald Trump. We heard from Josh Shapiro, one of the rising stars in the Democratic Party, governor of Pennsylvania. Take a listen.
Political disagreements can never, ever be addressed through violence. Disagreements are okay, but we need to use a peaceful political process to settle those differences, where all leaders need to take down the temperature and rise above the hateful rhetoric that exists and search for a better, brighter future for this nation.
How many Democrats are sitting around and saying, boy, if there was someone to articulate the Democratic message other than Joe Biden, a la Josh Shapiro, we might have a chance?
I mean, there's a lot, but the problem is that none of them are Jill Biden, Hunter Biden, Anthony Bernal, Annie Tomasini, Mike Donilon, all the people surrounding Joe Biden that are going to make this decision. None of them are thinking that.
Is that going to change after they see the exceptional win streak? Axios just wrote about this, that Donald Trump is enjoying.
I don't know. I mean, really, the only thing that's going to move this to the point where people that Biden really respects, people like Nancy Pelosi, people that are actually very close to him to change, you're going to have to see what the polling looks like after this convention and after the attempted assassination, and what donors do in the next 2 weeks. It's going to be a critical 2 to 3 weeks for Joe Biden.
And you will be leading the reporting on it, as you do, my friend. Good to see you.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.